It is February 12th, 2019. I have a plan to get back into raw food and go raw vegan on my 35th birthday, which is in October of this year. All right. So just going to put it in the glass. That is good. Alrighty then, I'm going to make something I call apple grass juice. I just came up with that, so here we go. I got 4 Honeycrisp apples, 4 Gala apples, and raw organic wheatgrass powder. I'm going to use the Breville centrifugal juicer. I'm going to pour the apple juice into a mason jar. I'm going to put some of the wheatgrass powder in the mason jar. And put the lid on. Now I'm just going to shake it up. Apple grass juice. That is good. I'm going to make some banana berry raw vegan ice cream. I got some frozen bananas. I just peeled 5 bananas, broke them into pieces, and put them in the freezer this morning. I got some wild blueberries, and I'm going to use the dessert bullet. Check it out, raw vegan ice cream. Alrighty then, this looks good. That is good. When I ate raw vegan for 3 months in late 2013, there were a few things that helped me out to stay raw. And one of those things was banana smoothies, usually in the morning. Another thing was cashew cheese, usually in the evening. I would dip veggies in cashew cheese. But another thing that really helped me out a lot was this raw vegan meal replacement shake. It's called Raw Meal by Garden of Life. And I would drink it for lunch usually. So I would do like a 2 scoop for lunch and a 1 scoop for a snack. So I thought in this video, since I'm trying to reintroduce raw food back into my diet, I would go ahead and make a raw meal shake. So I have a blender bottle with 16 ounces of water in it, and I'm going to do 2 scoops. So here's the first one, and the second one. I'm going to put the lid on it and shake it up. Alrighty then. That is good. I'm going to make raw vegan cheese fries. The fries are going to be made out of jicama, which is a root similar to a potato. You can kind of think of them sort of like a Mexican potato that you can eat raw. The first thing I'm going to do is peel and cut the jicama into fries. Alright, got those peeled and cut into fry shapes. Now I'm going to just plate them. That's all I want on the plate, so I'm just going to go ahead and set the plate aside and make the cheese. 1/4 cup water, half a red bell pepper chopped, 1/4 of a yellow onion chopped, half a lemon's worth of juice, 2 or 3 little cloves or 1 big clove of garlic chopped. I'm using 1 big clove, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 2 teaspoons onion powder, 1 teaspoon sea salt, 1 1/4 cups raw cashews, 1 teaspoon tahini, and hot pepper to taste, either an actual pepper or something like cayenne pepper. I'm using a BlendTech blender, and I'm going to use the sauces, dips, dressings, and batters setting. I scraped down the sides, and I'm going to do it again. Alrighty then. So now what I'm going to do is just pour the cashew cheese over the jicama fries. Raw vegan cheese fries. Alrighty then. Here we go. That is good. To celebrate my 11-year vegan anniversary, I'm going to make an 11 banana smoothie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. And I'm just going to add some water. Put the top on and blend. Alrighty then. That is good. I'm going to make a smoothie using 6 bananas, frozen blueberries, baby spinach, ground flaxseed, amla powder, and wheatgrass powder. Put the bananas in first. And then the frozen blueberries. And then just like half a handful of spinach here. And then the ground flax seeds for omega fatty acids and to help absorb the nutrients from the greens. And then amla powder. Amla is one of the strongest antioxidants. And it's good to put it in the smoothies because it helps cover up the taste, because it's pretty bitter. And then wheatgrass powder. Just get some superfood in there. I'm going to go ahead and put some water in there. Just fill it up about 2 inches. Alrighty then. Put the top on. And blend. That is good. I'm going to make some apple, celery, turmeric juice. I'm using the Breville juicer. Alrighty then. The turmeric was frozen, so I'm not sure how well that worked. I'm just going to pour that into a mason jar. That is good. Alrighty then, I'm at a health food store called Earth Fare. And I am going to get some hard red winter wheat berries for growing wheatgrass. I am sprouting the wheat berries. I let them soak overnight and I rinsed them a few times yesterday. I'm going to rinse them a few times today. They're already starting to get little tails on the end. I just keep them in a colander and rinse them a few times a day, and they should be ready to plant tonight. The wheat berries have sprouted, and I'm going to plant them. I'm using this soil. When I made a video in 2010, I did half soil and half peat moss. This is actually already about half peat moss, so I'm going to test out this soil. I'm just going to try to spread them evenly. That looks pretty good. Just fill in some of the bare spots here. And I actually can't find the top of this right now. I'll find it later. But I'm going to go ahead and water it a little bit. And I'm going to put the top on here because they need to be covered the first few days. And I got the rack in front of a window, so when it starts growing into grass, I can just uncover it and let the sun shine in and let the wheatgrass make the chlorophyll and all that stuff. So the sprouted wheat berries started to turn into grass. And I'll probably go ahead and leave them uncovered today and let the sun shine through so it can start producing the chlorophyll. Just wanted to show my wheatgrass is growing, getting taller. It's almost done, maybe another day or two, and then I can juice it. The wheatgrass is done. I watered it every morning. I kept it covered the first couple days, kept it uncovered, and let the sun shine through for a few days. And it is ready to harvest. So the first thing I'm going to do is just harvest the wheatgrass. I'm just going to take a knife and cut it close to the bottom. And I'm just going to put it on the plate. And I'm just going to harvest the whole tree. Alrighty then, so got the whole tray harvested. I can actually set this back over there and it'll actually grow again. It's usually not as thick as the first tray, but can usually get a little bit more out of that. And here is all the wheatgrass. Now I'm going to juice it. I'm going to use a single auger juicer. It's called a single auger because the part that spins inside here is called an auger, and there's only one of them, so it's a single auger. Just feeding the wheatgrass through the chute, using the plunger to press it down. The juice comes out through here, so there's a screen to filter it, and then the pulp comes out this end. And just keep juicing the wheatgrass. Alrighty then, let's see what we got. That's all the juice I got out from the tray of wheatgrass. There's all the pulp. Alright, so there it is. Fresh wheatgrass juice. That is good. I'm going to make a smoothie using 6 bananas, durian, and young coconut water. Put the bananas in first. And I'm going to be using durian. I bought this frozen durian as an alternative to buying a whole durian. So it's just the durian meat itself. And then the young coconut water. Put the top on and blend. Alrighty then. That is good. I'm going to make a smoothie using 8 bananas, jackfruit, and I'm going to blend it with young coconut water. I'm going to put the bananas in first. Next, I'm going to put the jackfruit in. I found this frozen jackfruit at an Asian grocery store. Let it thaw out last night. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the blender. And then the young coconut water. Put the top on and blend. Alrighty then. That is good. I have some bananas that are getting a little too ripe. One good thing to do with overripe bananas is dehydrate them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just peel the bananas and put them on the cutting board. So I'm just going to start out with 5, and what I'm going to do is just basically cut them into pieces like that, and then I'm just going to cut down the middle, and I'm going to keep them in long pieces like that. And I'll just go ahead and do that to the others. Okay, so I got those bananas cut and sliced, and I have a dehydrator tray here with a screen, and I'm just going to put them on the dehydrator. I'm going to start out with the sliced part facing upwards. Alrighty then, so it took about 5 bananas to cover 1 dehydrator tray. I'm using an Excalibur dehydrator. I'm just going to take the lid off. And to make more room, I'm going to take a tray out above the tray I'm going to put in. So now I'm just going to take the tray with the bananas and put them right there. Put the lid back on. I like to dehydrate everything at 105. Some people say the enzymes in raw food starts to be destroyed at 118 degrees, so I just like to dehydrate everything at 105 degrees. It's the next morning. I put them in yesterday around 6:30 a.m. It's about 5 a.m. today, so let's see what we got. Oh yeah. They still got a little give to them, which is how I want them. I went ahead and made a few trays. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them all into a bag. So it left a little residue on the screen, and I've noticed that the side facing down is still a little sticky. I'm wondering if maybe I should have put them on a non-stick sheet first and then flipped them halfway over and then put them on the screen. Maybe I'll try that next time. Alrighty then, I went ahead and put all the trays worth of bananas in there. I'm going to go ahead and try it. That is good. I'm going to an Asian grocery store on the south side of Indianapolis called Viet Hua, and I'm going to get some young coconuts. There's some young coconuts, $1.79 each. That's a pretty good deal. I'm looking for the actual cases though. There we go. $14.99 for a case of 9. I think I'll get that one right there. Alrighty then, so I went ahead and made sure that they're all good, and they are. So that was about $1.66, $1.67 each. That's a pretty good deal. I'm going to make a young coconut smoothie using 2 coconuts. So what I'm going to do is just shave the top part off. I'm just going to use this part of the cleaver and give it one good whack right here, kind of in the middle between the top and the side. And basically I'm just going to pop the top off. Go ahead and take the top off. I'm going to take a strainer just to make sure I don't get any chunks that may have fallen in there. I'm going to just put this young coconut water in the blender I'm going to go ahead and open this one. So what I'm going to do to get the meat out is I'm going to take a rubber spatula and just put it between the coconut and the coconut meat, and then I'm just going to go around the side. So just make sure to get all the way down to the center, and then eventually you can just pull it all out like this. Now, you want to watch out for little pieces like that. You can just cut that off. And then I usually go ahead and rinse it as well. And then put it in the blender. And there's still a little more in there. Put it in the blender. So I got all the water and meat out of that one. And now I'll do this one. Now this one, I need to go ahead and make more space to fit the rubber spatula in. I got the water and the meat of 2 young coconuts in the blender. Now I'm just going to blend. Alrighty then. Now I'm just going to pour it in a mason jar. Young coconut smoothie. That is good. I'm going to use 8 bananas, baby spinach, young coconut water, and this Garden of Life Perfect Food green powder. Put the bananas in first. Next, I'm going to put a whole handful of baby spinach in. To make it really green, I'm going to use this Garden of Life Perfect Food Super Green Formula, 45 phytonutrient-dense superfoods, 12 sprouted ingredients, fermented whole food ingredients, made from young cereal grass juices. Just take 1 scoop of that, and I'm going to blend it with young coconut water. Put the top on, and blend. Alrighty then. That is good. Every once in a while, I'll get a comment asking if I still make my own kombucha. I hadn't for a while, but recently I have started making my own kombucha again. And I have my latest ferment right here. However, I'm not sure if this one is good because it looks like there is some black mold that formed on the SCOBY. So let me go ahead and take that out and look at it. So there is black mold on the SCOBY. This is the other side. And actually the mother is on the back. That's the mother. And looks like the baby has the black mold on top. So I just looked in my kombucha book and it said if there's any yellow mold or black mold to dispose of it. So yeah, I think I'm going to dispose of this. I'm getting back into raw food, trying to eat more raw food, refamiliarize myself with things like making the kombucha. Now kombucha isn't technically raw, but it is a living food, so it's kind of a gray area. But I like kombucha. I think kombucha is great, especially if it's done right. I get it marked down at health food stores a lot. Even regular stores have started to carry it now, like Kroger, and they mark it down a lot. So I still drink like store-bought kombucha a lot. I recently tried making my own. The first batch was great. The first batch worked fine, but this batch grew black mold on the top. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Just right now, I'm focusing on refamiliarizing myself with raw food. I would like to go raw when I turn 35 in October.